Well, my friends, I never thought I'd say this, but welcome to the season 1 finale of Heroes of Delta-Zeta.
Oh my goodness.
What is up, my cranky crew?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Alright, cool. I'm excited. I'm ready. Are y'all ready? I think I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. So, I'm going to recap everything that has happened thus far. Ooh, I can't speak right now. It's getting emotional. um, I'm just going to recap everything that we've done so far up to this very point. Um, for all those who might be new listening or whatever is happening, I also want to reiterate right now, this isn't the end. This is not by a long shot. This is not over. I'll get more into that towards the end, but I'm just saying that right now we're not done with this. We just got a lot of planning as a group, as the Die House, to figure out what's going on. So, with that in mind, and without further ado, welcome to New Neo City, population 35 million. This is where our story has taken us. We have met our wonderful heroes, MILF, who happens to be MIA at the moment, Adrian, who has the powers of hydro and electrical kinesis, Lauren, who has the ability to manipulate matter, Fred, who's also MIA at the moment, and Carmen, who's essentially a firebender. These six wonderful friends, I can't count because that's 5, has encountered this group of gang members called the Sandillions, who happen to not have bothered them since. Who happened just to go away after meeting this imposing, menacing, mysterious ally named Jordan Johnson, who just happens to have the powers of life manipulation as well. Before the 5 heroes discover that they have gained their powers, they try to investigate the meanings of the Johnsons and the family behind them, leading them to Arya's Diner, where they found a very nice, pleasant meal, learning the history of Shocker and the heroes of New Neo themselves. The possibility of Shocker possibly being related to Joseph in some way ended up leading them to one of Lauren's favorite places to go, which is the Johnson family Antique Emporium, where they learned Joseph Johnson's history, who happens to be the grandfather of Jordan Johnson. Joseph elaborates about who the heroes are, what's happened, his personal past involving Shocker, leading to him obtaining his left biomechanical arm, as well as Lauren receiving these obsidian bracelets that happen to be a family heirloom. Before leaving to go home after a very exciting night of adventuring, a green plume of, like an explosion goes off. It covers the sector of Delta-Zeta. Joseph hurries the kids through the secret tunnel that leads back to the university, just as a safety precaution, leading them to discover their powers that I have thus mentioned so far. They ended up, trying to adapt to their powers, where Joseph and Jordan end up extending their hospitality, revealing a very hidden secret within the Johnson family Emporium, where they realize there's a secret underground layer to it, basically like a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type academy, if you would, where people can train and just learn how to control their abilities. Just as people trying to train, Adrian ends up going to travel to his homeland, learn about himself, trying to figure out the powers, trying to figure out, what can they actually do? Even though Adrian has admitted several times in his personal beliefs that he just does not want these powers and feels like he's going to be a burden to not only himself or to the others, but he just doesn't want him to get hurt either. Just as a very caring individual. But during the finals week, as the gang slowly realizes that MILF and Fred are not there, and they try to figure out what's going on, but have been preoccupied with training so much that they just haven't gotten a chance to look much into it. Carmen and Lauren end up finding this very shady nerd who ends up transforming into this hideous amalgam of a monster downstairs in the sewers, where after a long chase trying to take down this fiend, they end up calling Jordan for help, where his abilities were revealed as life manipulation, as I mentioned already. revealing that in a flashback that his parents, Joshua Johnson and Luna, just were unsure about how they should go forward with Jordan's abilities, since neither one of them actually had powers. Angered about what the two heroes have said, they refused to basically send off their only child to train with these heroes, and then later on realize that they've gone missing mysteriously. Angered about everything that's happened so far, Jordan takes out his stress on a punching bag and accidentally on Carmen, who ends up just obliterating, just destroying her with one shot with his powers of essentially Hamon. Jordan, Carmen, and Lauren end up getting into an altercation with this very weird-looking mummy that has the ability to manipulate knives. With a lot of firepower, literally, and a lot of chair throwing into Lauren's face, again, literally. The three of them end up defeating this ghoul, and Jordan ends up taking his responsibilities of mentor. Adrian and Adrian and Jordan end up having a heart-to-heart about Adrian revealing that he just doesn't really want these powers and feels like he's going to be a threat to everyone he cares about. And Jordan feels that he shares the same way, because essentially, with his life manipulation, it's the same thing as equivalent exchange. And Lauren also having some form of almost like a mental breakdown in a way, but not really, as if all these voices in her head she's just having a really hard time controlling, as due to the obsidian bracelets revealed to be the subconsciouses in the remains of both her brother and her father. They end up just training overnight, or not overnight, throughout the 15-week break during vacation, while Adrian also met Pyro Knight, who happens to be the top hero. Just doesn't like her at all, ends up pissing her off in a way, to the point where Jordan was starting to kind of get a little nervous, and they successfully trained, leading us to where we last left off. Last time, the Delta-Zeta School Division embarks on their very first mission, where they go to figure out the origins of the explosion that gifted the heroes the power 3 months ago. The teams are split up into three. Adrian, Lockjaw, who happened to be an aquatic hero with the abilities of a fish as well as a very strong boost in strength, and Chilai, a hero that manifests spheres made out of pure mana, who are assigned to the sector Alpha Phi Upsilon, which is a peninsula sector that leads to the oceans, where it's basically trade ships go to other continents and other cities, that also connect to Delta-Zeta. The second group involved Lauren, Dupe, who is a hero that can duplicate himself in a huge amount of times, and Luca, a hero that can stretch himself, his limbs to an unknown amount. They're tasked to explore Delta Phi Theta, which is basically a very desert-like region with a legitimate ghost town that kind of centers around prospecting. And Group 3 involved Carmen, William Wisp, who had the abilities of anything that's essentially spectral, like ghosts, as well as creating these ghost minions for himself, and Blitzina, who is an explosive master. They're tasked to exploring Tri-Omega, which is a party sector, essentially, that rages non-stop. Group 1, which I'll remind you guys again, it was Adrian, Lockjaw, and Chilai, went to go investigate the piers in the harbor, where Adrian ended up breaking into the boathouse with his electrical abilities. They explored all the cargo that was there, finding nothing really of use, until they found like this magical electrical presence within these one crate, which ends up exploding, turning into a second Chilai. Adrian had to choose between the two, which one being the real one, of course not knowing who Chilai was to begin with. Between the two of them, in pure luck, he ended up managing to find out who the imposter was, who turned out to be a mutant experiment calling himself X5-1. Combat ensued, and after a very short altercation, Adrian ends up dismembering the body of the experiment, which ended up playing a recording of an unknown character, logging the final plans of which was called Operation Delta-Zeta, excuse me. before the head of the experiment powered down. A few of them ended up taking the head back to the headquarters, where Joseph then asked Adrian to go find Shocker if he could find the hero and possibly restart the head, or get any more information out of it. Reluctant, Adrian ended up going to the old abandoned power plant to find him, who was also reluctant to go back to headquarters due to Joseph. After exchanging what seemed to be like a bro moment between Shocker and Joseph, and a very confused Jordan and Adrian watching all of this, Shocker did manage to power up the head, which seemed to recognize Shocker almost immediately. The head then deduced that it would be approximately a day to revive all the information all the information stored on its backup databanks. While that group was exploring the piers, Group 2, with Lauren, Dupe, and Luca, ended up exploring the Savannah area, where Lauren ended up finding a very peculiar cactus that seemed to be growing upside down, having metallic needles for defense, and had a scent of strawberries, as well as a very few flowers growing out that just didn't match the biology of a cactus whatsoever. After picking the flower to see what would happen, and getting tripped in the process, producing more than a chopped down... Ooh, that's not English. And getting tripped in the process, they decided to chop down the cactus to see if there's anything noticeable, and to find out where the strawberry scent was coming from, but failed miserably, and they fell into the cactus. And just being very miserable as they walked down to the ghost town. Dupe ended up splitting up into a numerous amount of clones and went to go investigate in several directions, while Luca went to the tavern. Lauren decided to explore on her own into different stores, and eventually she ended up in the saloon herself with a glass of water, to see if she couldn't listen in on anything. Looking around to see if they can't get any information. But according to Luca, there really wasn't much, and suggested to go help Dupe. Reluctant to listen to the little troglodyte, Lauren ended up leaving, quickly exploring a mine shaft to see what was there, while Luca jumped down with a juice box in hand, annoying Lauren, realizing that both of them stumbled upon this very utopian-like society underground. There was people living there was just harmony, but there was also no way out. Believing that this was going to be the end, Lauren ended up spilling the beans to Luca about her past, including her mother trying to possess her body, and everything dealing with black magic and everything. Luca really didn't give a shit, and just kind of was like, alright, fine, whatever. So, trying to figure out how to get out, with no luck, Luca ended up finding a waterfall and escaping that way, with Lauren clinging onto his back for dear life, using Luca's stretchy limb manipulation, climbing out of a well. Dupe and 20 other dupes ended up finding the duo, explaining that it's been about 2 hours, which seemed like 20 minutes down there. And Luca ended up saying that he heard a very faint voice saying that there was going to be a sector that was going to explode. Sure enough, they felt a rumbling of the ground shaking, and looking out into the distance, that would have been Tri-Omega exploding. Before Tri-Omega even exploded, Carmen met Blitzina with Will, and were allowed inside the sector to begin figuring out what the hell was causing this non-stop partying. Even though Will was very much an angsty teen, he was very interested in what the partying life was like, even though Carmen and Blitzina told him no. While walking around, Will being angsty, Carmen did notice 3 20-gallon drums of nitroglycerin, which Blitzina immediately sensed that was, like, not good. So ended up suggesting to Carmen to go find the headmasters of the sorority of Tri-Omega. Reluctant, because knowing that she would have to go in solo, and she doesn't like parties as is, she goes in to confront the 3 headmasters. Before that, Will did apologize for being a brat and for not taking the mission more seriously. He said he was going to go help Lucina, trying to evacuate as many people as possible. So, while Carmen was inside the giant sorority frat house on her own, she ended up encountering the literal university Tri Omega party frat heads, Brad, Zad, and Chad. Had to realizing that Carmen neither enjoys parties and believing that all three of them were complete and utter morons, the three homeboys ended up fusing into the ultimate life form of pure physique, testosterone, and utter perfection in all of its way, shape, and form, the Mega Chad. Fortunately, not even perfection is fireproof, and just could not resist the ultimate firepower that Carmen had, not even with all the natty lights in their stomachs. With one quick fire blast, Carmen ended up destroying the ultimate life form, which was really no help whatsoever, which did stop the non-stop partying. Will ended up telling Carmen that he did find the 3 barrels of nitroglycerin, but there was a timer that said that was going to go off in 5 minutes, which the dying Mega Chad activated. Carmen then had to try to figure out what to do since there was so many people within Tri Omega to get out. Unfortunately, just with everyone just being so sick and hungover for partying for about 3 months straight, no one just couldn't really move, which did ultimately end up in Tri Omega exploding. Carmen, who happens to be resistant to fire, didn't really take that much damage, minus maybe a couple of rocks and 2x4s hitting her. Will was basically intangible, and Blitzina resisted the explosion, period. Appalled by all the destruction and sadness, Blitzina did, right then and there, decided to retire from being a hero in front of Carmen and Will, saying that she just can't handle all the sadness anymore. She had children of her own to raise, and just she couldn't worry about protecting the city of New Neo on top of protecting her children. She donated the mask to Carmen and taught her one of her signature techniques, the AP shot, and walked away into the sunset. And that is where we left. And that is where we pick back up after that very lengthy, very tongue-tied intro. So, with Adrian still at headquarters trying to figure out what the hell's going on, we start with Carmen. Carmen, you essentially stare at this mask, and you're just overcome with just mixed emotions. And you kind of reflect back on your past. And Will kind of just approaches you, puts his hand on your shoulder, and goes, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I haven't had this type of experience in a while.
What do you mean?
What? I can't. Not here. Let's go home.
Trying to like hold back his restraint of like trying to bug you more. He kind of nods his head, and you both head back to Johnson's Family Emporium of Antiques. Lauren, you basically witnessed this explosion in the direction of Tri Omega. Make a wisdom saving throw. 25. Okay. You kind of hear like the in your back of your head, but you just shake it off. Luca, that you shake it off, but you're still kind of conflicted right now because you don't know if they're okay, if they're not okay. But you just feel a hand on your shoulder, and it's Luca, and he basically has this look of, "Are you going to be okay?"
I'll be fine. I just need to know that she's okay.
He nods his head, not gonna pressure anymore. He stands up, he nudges Dupe, and he goes, "Let's get out of here. We got everything that we needed." And he just starts walking away. Dupe follows, and you're just sitting there with the rose that you plucked. The flower, I should say, not the rose. In your hand. What do you do?
to a dagger. I want to make it to a dagger.
Okay. So in your left hand you have the flower, and you kind of wave your hand over, and it kind of morphs and it spins, and it turned into this blade. This blade, I'm gonna pull it up real quickly. I forget which one it was that we chose. It was was it the orange one? It was the orange one. All right, so basically this flower changes colors, and it morphs into like this prismatic dagger with an orange hue of it. You move it, as you move it in the light, you can notice that it does change shape, different shades of colors, from the orange that you originally made it in to a purple. You move it another way, it's a red. You move it another way, and it's a blue. You essentially, with the power of this flower dagger, which does have the symbol of a flower on it, on the hilt, it kind of then doesn't exactly turn into metal, but it turns into the flower material, and it almost like sinks into you. It sinks into your like your arm, very like vine-like, very alien-like, but it doesn't hurt. And you see like this symbol of a dagger on your left forearm, which fades away, and you learned the cantrip Prismatic Dagger.
All right then.
With that, do you follow him?
No, because we didn't finish the mission, and I want to finish the mission.
Okay. So, do you want to look around a little bit more, even though that you are going to be by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So, where do you want to start?
I want to go to the sheriff's office.
Okay. So you walk into the sheriff's office, and you see this very large man.
Too much large to her, so she's in.
No, like fat, like a fat man.
Oh,
Very
he's
large.
Fat?
He's
Okay.
that large. He's that large, man. He's just sitting there. His hands are on his chest, and he's just leaning back and forth. His eyes are closed. It looks like he's sleeping.
Is there anyone else there? Because I don't want to wake him up.
There's. Do you, make a perception check.
18.
So yeah, that's plenty. So you look around, and it's a very small building. So essentially behind the sheriff, you see 3 cells. 2 of them are empty. One of them you just see like this figure facing away from the door.
Well, that's not inconspicuous at all. I'll take my chances with the sleeping officer. I have an uneasy feeling with that one.
Okay, so you want to wake up the sheriff?
Yes.
All right. So how do you want to wake him up?
Oh. Just nudge his foot.
Okay, so you nudge his foot. He kind of like his foot kind of twitches, but he kind of goes. So his foot kind of like twitches after that. You want to try that again, or do you want to try something else?
I'm gonna try something else. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do that would fit her.
Okay. Why? You're thinking of like a lot of different ways you personally would do it?
Yes.
Would it involve slapping him?
You know what? She's alone. She doesn't care. She'll slap him awake.
Okay, so you basically go up to him. You're basically leaning over him. It looks very menacing. You're just shadows casting over your face. You're looking at him. Also, you just go, "Hey!" Which makes him go, make him go. Who dared to wake up the great sheriff of this here sector? And he starts like chewing at something that he doesn't actually have in his mouth.
heroes in training, and I wanted
The what?
to know if there's heroes in training.
Heroes.
Yes.
I don't remember. Hang on. He reaches under his desk and he actually pulls out like this big wad of gum. He shoves it in his mouth and he starts chewing it. He goes, I don't remember hiring no heroes for this sleepy old town.
So Lauren's face kind of twists in disgust, and then she kind of was like, "Well, there was a mission given to my leader, the head of the academy, and said there was something here that we had to figure out what it was.
He blows
It
his
had something to do with Delta-Zeta."
big bubble and it kind of stops and he like inhales the bubble and he just spits out his gum, puts it back underneath the desk. He's like, "Oh, why did you say so?" He opens up another drawer. He rummages around and he pulls out this flash drive. And he goes, "This might be of use to you, young lady." And he hands it to you.
Thank you. That was really easy.
He falls back asleep. He's like,
So she's like, okay, and I'm talking to myself, and then she leaves. She'll go back.
okay. So, we'll flash travel a bit. Carmen, you make it back first. You and Will, you basically walk into the agency, and you just hear this ruckus of like two old people shouting. And last time you remembered, there was only one old person here. And you just see Jordan just sitting at the desk with his hand on his temple, just rubbing it.
Hi.
He just looks up and he goes, "Oh, hey, you're back. How's the mission?"
I like look down at myself and then over at Will. I'm assuming we're like covered in debris and soot. So I'm like, it didn't go very well.
He
Very
kind of,
sarcastically.
he's rubbing his eyes and he kind of like looks at you now. Like you can see now he looks very tired. Almost as if the noise that's happening has been going on for like several hours. And he looks at you and goes, "Oh shit, what the hell happened?"
We may have blown up an entire sector.
His eyes kind of widen and he looks at the computer screen and actually sees what happened with Tri Omega and he goes, "Son of a..." He looks at Will and he goes, "What exactly happened?" And Will basically just goes, "Well, there's these barrels of nitroglycerin, and they exploded. And I think there's a Giga Chad there, maybe. I don't know. I was too busy trying to help out the hungover people." Jordan just looks at you, Carmen, just like, "What?" And
She's like on the verge of like having a panic attack, so she probably will just leave. She's like, no, she doesn't want to talk about this yet.
okay, so you just leave. Jordan.
She just leaves.
So Jordan
She just
gets up to
walks
go.
out.
Yeah, Jordan gets up like as if to try to like comfort you or calm you down, but he kind of stops because next thing you know, like he hears like this boom and this crash and like electrical noises, and all you hear is like, "You bastard, you cheated!" And it's like, "Yo, yo, yo!" You just hear these old people shouting. Just leans back and he goes, "Oh, give me a fucking break." As you basically resurface Carmen to like the main entrance, Lauren, Dupe, and Luca walk into the main entrance. So Lauren, you see Carmen. Carmen sees you three interact.
She runs over, breaks down in tears, and says, "You're," and then just tackles her. And then she tackles Will because she knows Will was there too, and he's a child.
Will basically just goes intangible because he's scared. So you basically just dive through nothing and like you know what, make your acrobatics check.
Darn it.
I'll say it for both. This will be for both.
2?
I got an 11.
Okay, so you go to hug Will first because he's closer. You pass through him, you stumble, and you're like, "Oh right." You look over at Carmen, and you just full on just tackle bear hugger, just tears streaming down your face, snot running down your nose, just ugly crying. You're just ugly crying at this point.
I saw you blow up. You don't scare me like that. Is what she'd say.
I can think of his. Carmen, how would you react to this blubbering mess?
Sorry. I don't know.
Oh,
Like, I don't know how that happened, why that happened, but I'm alive.
you look down because you're still holding the mask, that Blitzina gave you. So you just happen to look down at it, and it seems to radiate this energy that you vibe with. It suddenly just starts glowing, and Lauren, you notice it, and everyone just seems to notice it, and this mask ends up just shifting and like giving off a lot of heat, and it turns not into a mask anymore, but it turns into this belt. And with this belt, you feel a strong sense of connection to it. And this belt you now have is the belt of the fire giant. So now you are much stronger physically, emotionally, mentally than you were post or pre-explosion. You feel the sense of justice and like doing what you want to do to make it right, no matter what happens, to prevent what just happened again by any means necessary. And your character arc kind of turns at this point, because now you're leaning more towards the not like a pure, like not like an All Might type of hero, like pure good all the time, but more like a Vegeta. You're now you want to do what's right for you and the people you care about, but you don't care if you blow up a building or you kill somebody. You're now slowly becoming an anti-hero. And you kind of get that now. You have that sense of, I need to do whatever it takes to protect the people I care about, even if that means destroying a sector, because Will's okay, and just seeing Lauren just being a blubbering mess just kind of solidified that.
She's had a tiring day, okay?
I kind of just run down and just see both Carmen and Lauren and just give them a big hug.
Hey.
Just as a sign of relief.
Yeah, I forgot you're like also partially babysitting.
Yeah, I've been here for hours.
So yeah, Jordan kind of runs up too, seeing like everything happening. He kind of like sighs, because he also remembered like trying to figure stuff out, as well as dealing with babysitting as well to a degree. He kind of forgot that he sent Carmen to try Omega for a minute. Realizing that the thing blew up, realizing that what's been happening, heard the commotion with Lauren, he kind of breathes a sigh of relief, puts his hand on his chest, and he was just like, good grief. As soon as he says that, two old men just like barge out of the room, like in the back, and they're screaming and shouting at each other, like, you cheated, you bastard. He's like, no, I didn't, that's how it works. And he goes, no, it doesn't. And you see Shocker and, Mikhail, or Adrian, to Carmen and Lauren, you just see this old man essentially attacking and harassing Joseph, not realizing this is actually Shocker. And they're just still arguing, bickering at each other, and they just stop. And Joseph ends up slapping his back on this old man and goes, oh, son of a bitch, you freaking won again. I don't know how you did it. And Shocker essentially goes, I still got it.
I look back. I point back to them while keeping my head like toward Carmen and Lauren, and I'm like, that's what I've had to be dealing with for the past 2 hours.
Jordan just kind of like,
I look at him and be like, at least you didn't have to go through an explosion.
This was my mission. Screw the other shit that I had to do. This is my mission, and it's the hardest mission I've ever had to do.
Jordan just kind of like, he doesn't chuckle, but he kind of like smirks a little bit, because it's like some lightheartedness in a way. And he goes, Carmen, Lauren, meet former pro hero Shocker. Shocker kind of
Does
just,
the name ring a bell to Lauren?
it should because it was you know what, make a history check.
I kind of mumbled to myself. I'm like, shocker, he is not.
Damn it, I got an 8.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You kind of you kind of remember that Shocker's the person that was mentioned by Arya, months before even meeting, Jordan and Joe. It was the same day that you met Jordan. Um, you remember you were originally looking for Shocker, thinking Joseph was Shocker.
Okay.
So essentially, you're looking at the person you were looking for.
So that's Joseph.
Shocker looks at you and goes, "No, you bumbling fool, the old man with the 10 arms, Joseph. I'm Shocker." And Joseph looks at you and goes, "Bumbling old man?" It's like, "I'm 20 years younger than you." He looks at him and he goes, "Shut up."
Both of you shut up for once.
And Jordan just rubs his temples and he goes, "Please. It's enough bickering, enough blackjack. Shocker, just go home." Shocker.
Lauren looks at all of this and she just starts to laugh. Like, really laugh. Kind of like you think she's going crazy kind of laugh.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
My saving throw?
Make another saving throw.
Mm.
Okay, so you're laughing, like you're genuinely laughing, like you're laughing at just everyone just being so upset at these old fools. You do genuinely laugh. After all the shit they've gone through, you just kind of have that wash of relief. Like you don't even notice any of the voices in your head anymore. You just kind of like you genuinely laugh, which is nice. And everyone kind of looks at you weirdly, and then you just like wave it off as like you had a shit day essentially, which everyone kind of understands. Shocker just basically just looks at everyone just like and kind of like shuffles off. He doesn't really storm off like most people would because he's old. He just kind of like shuffles off. He creates like a little static behind him. And he goes, "I'll see you tomorrow to figure out the rest of that data." And Joseph goes, "Yeah, just get out of here. It's past your bedtime." And the door basically closes on Shocker.
We're doomed.
Jordan just rubs his temples. Oh, right. Joseph kind of like rubs his eyes because he's also very trained as well. He goes, "Yeah, Adrian ended up finding this experiment that, you know what, that's a long story." He looks at the clock and he sees like it's really late and goes, "I'll tell you kids the rest of the story tomorrow, but just know that Adrian ended up succeeding on a mission that will lead us. It's essentially a lead." He goes, "Go home, get some rest. You all look exhausted. I'll look after the artifact, and then tomorrow I'll explain everything with Shocker tomorrow." So with that, Jordan basically waves you guys off, like saying like a good night wave. And you three have either the night to yourselves to do normal teenage stuff, or college student stuff, I should say, or you guys can just go right back to your dorms and crash.
Lauren would give Carmen one last hug, except this time she's not blubbering. It's just a genuine hug and says, "Please don't ever leave me. You and Adrian are the only people that I ever have been friends with, and I cannot lose you guys."
No.
Yeah, I second that. I think for the rest of this time here, for however long it may be, I think we should stick together. Let's not separate anymore because my mission went, relatively speaking, okay. You guys look like you've been through some shit.
My mission was a complete and utter failure, and then
So was mine.
staying behind, and I went back and did the first thing that I wanted to do. I went and talked to someone, and it was horrible.
Don't you still have that flash drive, Lauren?
Yes, I was gonna give it to Jordan, but he left. He waved us off, so she kind of pulls out the hard drive, just So like this is what I went back and found. At first it was a complete fail, and then when I saw you die, essentially, I didn't want to fail. So I went back and I tried to finish this mission.
Do you have any idea what's on it?
The deputy wasn't very clear. He just said this might be something you would like, little Missy, because I said I was a trainee from the heroes, and they sent me here.
If you three combined want to make a perception check, I'll allow it.
I can
Sure.
do that. Yeah. My perception is not good.
Mine either.
Darn.
Oh no.
What did you get, Twitch?
My perception is -1 and I got a nat-
Oh, you got a nat one? Oh, you definitely failed.
Yeah, 0.
You got
I
zeroed.
got a 9.
You got a 9? What did you get?
Wow, Michael, you got a 0? That is your first
No,
0.
I didn't get a 0. I did not get a 0.
Twitch got the
Twitch got a
0.
0. I didn't get a 0.
What did you get, Mikkel?
I got a 14.
Okay, so with Lauren's number and Adrian's number, you do deduce that on the flash drive, though very faint, it's very, very faint, you make out 3 letters, and it says the first one's first letter's O, second letter is D, the third letter is Z. Mikkel or Adrian, make a history check.
History. Okay. That would be 19.
Those 3 letters, the O and the D and the Z, it almost comes to you immediately that those 3 letters coincide with what the experiment X5-1 said in its final recording, which stands for Operation Delta-Zeta. Or Zeta. I keep saying 0. I should make it just Operation Delta-Zeta.
I think you guys may have found another lead.
I did? Oh, thank the Lord. It's not a total waste of today. I'm actually pretty happy with myself now because and then she's gonna stop and she remembers I just told someone my entire past story and it's not my friend. So she kind of just shuts down.
I kind of just inch closer to them and kind of whisper to them and like, guys, we got to keep this on the down low. Like, I know these people are heroes and all. I don't think they're heroes at all.
A little lot, but okay.
We have to keep this on the down low. Like, they may mean well, but honestly, how well do we truly know these people?
What about Jordan and Joseph?
Do you trust them wholeheartedly?
I trust
No.
Joseph.
I love
I
how
don't trust any of these people. And from what this hard drive is and what I found on my mission, they're all connected to what happened to us. So until we really find some answers, I don't really want to disclose too much.
So, Adrian, are you possibly thinking about looking at the flash drive yourselves? Because that is also an option, if you would like.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if the other 2 agree, then we can go down that path. Okay, so the 3 of
wanna
you...
find some answers? You two?
On the flash drive, and you two obviously don't trust them. So.
To be fair, when I first was training with Jordan, he did beat the shit out of me. So I don't trust him.
That's
And
true. That is partly why.
Wait, he almost beat the shit out of you?
yes, he did. And then she looks at her lighter, and then she mumbles to herself, "I don't trust heroes anyway."
I never did. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's head into one of our rooms and we can see what's up with this flash drive.
Okay, so with that, you 3 end up going back to, I don't know, I'll say Mikkel's dorm, since he seems the most tech-savvy. This is actually the first time that Lauren and Carmen have actually been inside of Adrian's room. If you want to describe it, Adrian, that's totally up to you. If not, I can just breeze over something real quick.
So it's a very well kept room, but a little soaked, um, to say the least. There was a fishbowl in there, um, was but for the most part, it's very 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 tidy. I have some posters on there. I have some records that I keep near my bed, and I have a nice computer complex going on. So
I love how you have records of like the older records, but you have a tech savvy computer. Very contradicting there, don't you think?
you have to respect music in all the forms: vintage, current. I like them all.
Valid. Okay. So with that being said, you do go over to your computer and you do plug in the flash drive. Um, and you do notice that there is a bunch of pop-ups just appearing on your screen that essentially just say it's decrypted. The first pop-up says it's decrypted. Another one pops up saying it's encrypted rather. Second one pops up saying it's encrypted, but it seems a little bit more garbled. And then another one pops up, and another one pops up, and then each time another pop-up appears, the more broken and glitchy it appears, until finally it just rapid fire pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. It seems to morph into like a different message. I need you guys to make a. We don't have magic, so make an Arcana check, I guess. See if something resonates.
23.
Oh,
I'm
lordy.
not doing good today. I am 10.
Yee!
14.
Okay, so you each, as it pops up, you see like the symbols, especially with Lauren, with the aid of your two other psyches. It seems to morph. Each pop-up window seems to have one letter, and it seems to morph into a word, and then a sentence, and then another sentence. So essentially it reads the following. To those who discovered the secrets of this flash drive, know that Operation Delta-Zeta was not intended to be a war crime device, nor was it intended to be a way of threatening the people of New Neo City. It was a way to try to revolutionize having more heroes in the city so we would have a way to live. We need to be reunited as a whole, as a city. And then you just kind of look at the bottom, and it's in English. The final, I'm pulling something up real quick. Ignore me. But you kind of see this one little thing pop up with, I can't find it. God, I'm not prepared. Oh, I'm not prepared.
Grumble gets grumbled, bro.
I'm scrumbling. I'm scrumbling as fast as I can. I can only scrumble as much. God damn it. Oh, God, where is it? No, my plans. No, God.
You've been foiled.
I've been foiled. Oh, God damn it. Where is it? Ignore me. Ignore me. God damn it.
Like you're stretching.
I'm trying not to have a stroke. Okay,
Bruh.
I found it. Okay, so you do see a signature in English. You just see, be prepared for phase 2. ZH.
ZH.
Make, all three of you, make a history check.
Please don't suck. God damn it, what is wrong with me today? I got a 6.
I got a 6 plus 4, so I got a 10. Wow.
I am so wrong.
Mikkel, what did you get?
Nat 20 for a 22.
Okay, so, that nat 20 definitely helped. I was going to say, if you have to roll a nat 20 for this. ZH, it's, the name ZH, or the initial ZH, rather, rings a bell to you, as it was the former governor, ruler, supervisor of all of New Neo City. And I emphasize former.
He did.
So these initials belong to the former governor of all of Neo City. So he must have had a part in this. But emphasis on former.
I don't know when. Former. When was his term? When did his term end?
You have a computer. Well, actually, as soon as you read the be prepared for phase 2 ZH, all the pop-ups vanish, and you just kind of see the flash drive just kind of go like spark, and then all of a sudden the blue smoke of sadness starts rising from it, as if it shorted itself out.
Oh, that's
Damn it.
that's not good.
But you do have access to the computer now, so you can look up the initials ZH if you'd like.
Look up. So she's kind of, because she's with her two friends. She just pats his shoulder. She's like, look up, look it up, look it up. Like she's like,
All right.
So you,
So I begin looking it up.
I look at him and was like, did anyone else see the phase 2? What does that mean?
Phase
That's
2.
unsettling.
It is unsettling, and honestly, I feel like we could have gotten our answers if that hard drive didn't short out.
okay.
not. Wait a minute. Here's a stretch. I have a stretch here. If they already created Delta-Zeta and it failed, what's to say that our powers weren't phase 2? Think about it.
Mikhail,
We got powers, and we didn't really have powers.
Adrian, make another history check.
Alrighty. 17.
You remember back from when Joseph was explaining the point of the experiment, saying how him and Shocker and a bunch of other heroes before they had the Fallen Out, were trying to create heroes. You remember that these experiments, X5-1 and all the prior iterations of it, were essentially their original plan. So you have this inkling now that Lauren might actually be onto something, that indeed that green plume might actually be phase 2.
Am I right?
You are right.
You might be onto something there, and I think you're right.
Big brain.
That plume was phase 2.
As you say that, you do look up the former governor with the initial ZH, and you find the name Zero Hendrickson. The born date doesn't say, but the death date was 2 years ago.
That's unsettling.
And when was the operation of Delta-Zeta created? Was it 2 years ago?
So you do a little bit more investigation, and you do find, connecting from what you've already known from what Joseph has told you, you found out that Operation Delta-Zeta, you keep finding both options, Delta-Zero and Delta-Zeta, so you kind of get confused. You do find out that Operation Delta-Zeta was originally a few things. It was originally a cleanup project to actually beautify Delta-Zeta. The one that you're more focused on is the whole giving the powers to the everyday people's article, which ended up, the idea was given to the now current governor, which it for some reason does not say who its name is. And that was dated 5 years ago. And
don't you guys find it odd? We have a governor, and they won't even, and we're doing research on this person, and we don't even know who his name is.
his
How
academy.
could
Yeah, that's very odd.
how
Yeah.
could
We
we
lived here
allow
for how long?
someone? How can we allow someone to have the power of this city, and we don't even know who he is?
Hmm. That's unsettling.
And this was 5 years ago.
You do a little bit more reading, saying that the plan was proposed 5 years ago. However, it was dropped the following year.
Hmm.
You think it has an inkling to the former governor who died?
Maybe. Because based on our missions, I think some people are doing some things that are contradictory to what this plan was supposed to be about.
But isn't that every society who wants to unify people, who gives people their powers to help, but it doesn't. It goes exactly the wrong way.
Lauren, make a history check.
Where's my history? I got a 22.
So you do remember the underground society that you and Luca encountered, and how they almost seemed to be almost completely made of stone. But they interacted, moved, and talked like normal humans, except with very much more primal knowledge and instincts. They didn't even know what fire was. So you could reiterate that to the other two if you would like, to kind of more solidify your point.
So, on my mission, I got trapped in an underground mill, and we saw these people. And trying to get out, I asked for fire to get out, and they looked at me like I was weird because they didn't know what fire was. They didn't know what they looked like they didn't even know who I was as a human being. So it was. I think it might have been a result of what they were trying to do.
Do you think that we might become those things?
I hope
Since we got our powers artificially?
I hope
Whatever
not.
Yeah.
It's not out.
Whatever the case may be, I feel like we're part of something bigger. And we didn't exactly ask to be.
We kind of stumbled to the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
If you guys want to do any more investigating upon any more digging with the possibly the current governor or the former governor, or what more about Operation Delta-Zeta, or even trying to see what might be popping with Operation Delta-Zero, since you do see a couple of those results, that's up to you. If you have no other investigations to do, you can go back to your other rooms, Carmen and Lauren. You can take your long rest and continue the next day, if you would like.
I'd say for now we should get some rest, and then maybe tomorrow night we all split up in our respective dorms, and we each hit one point.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
All right. So with that, Carmen and Lauren, you go back to your rooms. All three of you get ready to go to bed. You all lie down.
Yep.
Lauren,
I knew it.
you make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
I don't know how to use disadvantage.
Roll 2d20s, take the lower of the two.
Okay. 6.
So you're laying in bed, you're falling asleep. All of a sudden you're drifting off into sleep, and suddenly your eyes open, and you're floating in a void. You try to move, but you can't. You try to speak, but you can't. You try to scream, but you can't. and all of a sudden you just see like two figures, very large figures, but they almost appear as one half to the other, and you just hear them speaking to you telepathically. They're just basically going, "Child, you are very close to accomplishing the impossible. Without a doubt, you shall be the one to reunite us both. You will make us whole again. But beware of the woman in black. She will hinder your abilities and try to take control of you. Beware the woman in black." And as they say that together, they fade, and standing in a completely dark, like blacker than black void, you kind of feel, you're standing now, you feel like these like thick, viscous drops on you, and you reach and you kind of like rub your fingers together, and it almost looks like your hands are vanishing, but it's like the void itself is trying to consume you. And you, as you look up paranoid, you see this woman standing there, woman in black, and she basically is walking towards you. She gives off this sense of dread and fear, making you panic, making you like break out into this cold sweat. And she's basically inches away from you now, and her face almost looks like almost identical to your face, but like much older. And then she basically goes, "That's no way to greet your mother." And then you just wake up like in a cold sweat. It is morning. You have. How do you react, Lauren, first before you go greet the other two? I see.
I look at my hand. Are they still just to realize that I'm not really in the void, right? So she'd look at her hands and she'd rub them together just to jolt her.
Yeah, essentially, you would sit up. You kind of like put your hands on your body. You feel around on your room, making sure you can actually move. You look at your hands. You kind of rub them together. Yeah, just to make sure that you're actually there. And you do verify that you are actually there. As you kind of start to calm down, you hear the two voices in your head again. Not the ones from your dream, but like the more familiar ones. So you'd be like, "Child, are you all right?"
I had a nightmare or weird dream, a lucid dream.
Well, tell us. Tell us about it, sis.
Well, I am if you wouldn't, interrupt me. And then she kind of paused, like, sorry. No. So I was in the void, floating. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even. All I could do was just sit there, and there was these two halves of the same person. And he told me to beware of the woman in black, and I'm very close to making him whole again. And then I see the woman in black, Mom. All I saw was she.
Oh shit! And then
She told me there's no way to meet her. All I felt were fear and terror. I couldn't move. I couldn't. On my hands, they were.
You just hear. You basically get the telekinetic like, "Oh shit!" Like almost like leaving the room type deal from your brother. So basically, he's gone, and your father essentially, he's like, "Your mother." He sighs and he goes, "Your mother hasn't exactly been truthful to you. She essentially, in her entire family lineage, put a curse on myself and your brother due to the fact she just wants nothing but immortality, essentially. She didn't agree with the way that we wanted to essentially raise our children. and your brother followed my steps, which was nice. But on the same token of that, since it's life manipulation, matter manipulation rather, he kind of pauses and goes, it's your destiny, essentially, to almost become her, which is what we and your brother are trying to avoid. Unfortunately, we were so close to stopping her, and then your brother comes back and goes, but that bitch cursed us. And then he continues by saying, she gifted both of us, one of each, essentially what you're wearing on your wrists right now, the obsidian bracelets, or for us, they're both like necklaces. They resembled a sun and a moon, and they both connected, making one necklace, two halves to one whole.
I'm guessing my brother was the moon. I mean the sun, because he's so dang bubbly.
Yes, and your father was the moon. But that figure that you saw almost seems to be the physical manifestation of that curse, reuniting the two halves of the whole, which could also mean reuniting both your brother and I to the physical plane as human beings again, or, and your brother cuts in saying, or having Mum reunite with your body, making her younger, more powerful, and all-willing. She doesn't have the matter manipulation powers like we do. She does things in a, he pauses and goes, darker way. And then they both just kind of like fade out. And then they refuse to talk again after that. So, morning time, what do you guys do? I think Lily's trying to figure out all of that.
That was a lot to process.
No, my computer crashed again. Yay, so I'm on my phone.
Rip.
Lauren, various emotions go over her, obviously, and one prominent one is frustration. And out of an act of just pure frustration, she just screams. And she starts yelling like, you leave me now after all of the crap you just unloaded. My mother's supposed to be evil, even though she told me throughout all of my life she would never, ever do that. She would never leave me. She would never kill me or hurt me. She'd protect me. And now she's gonna take over my body and try to use myself to make her young again.
No response.
What response?
No response? Said no response.
So she gets even more angry and literally just, she morphs. No, she doesn't. Actually, yep, she does. So she takes the dagger that was kind of inside her arm and just throws it at the wall.
Okay, so you
a picture of her mother.
Okay, so you basically you summon this essentially this astral dagger out of nothing, which is the first time you've ever done something out of nothing. And then you just basically tomahawk that thing right at your mother, bullseyeing it dead in the center of the forehead, which also causes your wall to just crack in four directions.
Oh, shit. Did I just do that? I've never been one to be angry or yell and destroy things. But she quickly, her insecurity and her baffledness just kind of fades as she stares at the dagger right over her mom's head and is like, okay, no.
Make another wisdom saving throw. Roll 3 d20s this time.
Okay.
And are we all here and we witness this?
No, you're both still getting ready. It's just Lauren in her room.
Does anyone hear this, or is it like mixed rooms, or is it like
Adrian would not. Adrian would not hear this. He's on the other side of the building.
I hear this?
you would hear a very faint thud.
Okay.
So you could easily dismiss that as someone rolling out of bed.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you get? What did you get, Lily?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do it on my phone because my computer's
Just
quite a
roll a d20 3 times.
Okay. Well, I wanted to have my freaking. You're not helping.
I know. Your lowest roll was a 20?
Oh shit! No, my lowest roll was 2.
Your lowest roll was a 2?
Yeah.
You basically all your insecurities kind of fade away, and then you just feel a sense of power,
Oh no.
and you kind of start laughing.
Oh no.
First, kind of chuckling, and then like almost maniacally, and then you kind of like put like to the point where you're like covering your eyes, like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that, like like a huge surge of like adrenaline. And then you're just laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing, and then you finally calm down and you feel amazing.
Oh god.
You feel like you're on top of the clouds, not a care in the world, like you could do anything.
Oh no.
So you get dressed and you have like a pep in the step. It's like you're walking down like Spider-Man 1, not like finger guns. Like you don't care if people are looking at you funny.
Maguire
The
got
Tobey Maguire
Spider-Man 3.
yes, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
so hot. That's hilarious.
Oh.
You're strutting like Tobey Maguire. And you eventually meet up in like the the cafeteria. You're eating breakfast. You need brekkie. You meet up with Adrian and Carmen, who obviously realize something's up. Because how often would you just walk down just snapping finger guns at people?
Not very often.
So yeah, they would just immediately know something's up. Or something's not
stand
right.
up, grab her by the shoulders and shake her like, who are you and what the hell have you done with Lauren?
All right, make a strength check then, Carmen.
Strength check?
Make a strength check, yeah.
Looks like somebody slept well.
You could say that.
I got a 15.
Okay, so you shake her hard enough. She basically goes, and her hair's like all frazzled, and she's kind of like staring at you for like a minute. The original Lauren kind of comes back, and then she kind of like chuckles and quasi returns to the way she was, but like calmer now, realizing she's like, oh right, I'm in public.
Oh yeah, in public. I'm not supposed to act like this. Sorry.
You never.
What's
act
going on
like
with
that.
you?
Nothing. Obvious. Okay, fine.
I was gonna say deception check. I was gonna have you roll.
I said that like that on purpose. I kind of spoke to my dad and my brother.
Is this the first time we're hearing about this, or do we know about that already?
You kind of had an inkling about it before, the way she was acting. Like, something's not right. Obviously, the way she kind of mutters, like, shut up, don't talk to me, all that stuff. But this is the first time you're actually hearing about her father, or any of her family, besides her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty enlightening. I don't like how you two go like that.
Like the whole. Oh, roll for intimidation. Roll for intimidation, Lauren.
I got a 21.
So that outburst of her just saying, "Can't a woman just be happy?" kind of like startles both of you. Like, oh shit. And Lauren, with the sight of them physically like recoiling, kind of makes you come back to who you originally were.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. I meant to say,
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Adrian, Carmen seems like she's very sus.
Carmen is very.
I am. Like, Carmen is just staring at her, like, glaring at her, because she remembers she came to find Carmen when there was a weird nerd skulking around the campus. Like, who are you?
Ooh, drama on campus pod. Okay, so do you guys want to just do your normal business now and then just do what you were originally going to do, or do you want to what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just there.
Listen, man.
Lauren's just there. She's just vibing.
She's just high. Nah, just kidding.
Basically, though.
So, okay, so it's up to you. So essentially, Lauren's just out of it. So it's up to you, Adrian and Carmen. What do you guys want to do?
Have we gotten any information about what it was planned for today in terms of our hero stuff?
As of right now, you guys are kind of like, after all the shit that you've gone through, you did receive, I'll say you guys received a message last night saying, just kind of take a couple days off, after everything that's happened. It was a lot for you guys to, go through on your own for, your first time, going out on a mission. Take a couple of days, do whatever you need to do, have fun, relax, don't worry about any of the hero stuff. Come back within a few days and we'll continue.
Did my teammates brief Joseph or Jordan at all?
About
our failed attempt. Excuse me, sorry.
About with Carmen? Yeah, no, Carmen.
No, about our mission that we were supposed to go and then we kind of failed at.
No one knows about the whole flash drive thing. No one knows about it. As far as what they concerned, it's smoldering ash.
Okay.
So that's your secret.
Oh, damn. You shouldn't be telling her secrets, but okay.
So besides that, now you know what's going on. The day is yours. What do you want to do? You can do literally, within reason, anything you want.
The world is ours. Let's burn it. I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
Lily.
Burn it all.
All right, what do you guys
I can't burn anything.
I can only make it damp. I can only dampen the world.
I mean,
well, you technically...
Unless I just shoot lightning at anything, but why would I do that?
That would be cool. I've never seen... So this is when she just gets... I think she still eyes just like... That would be cool, though.
All I can just imagine is your eyes just, stupidly wide, being like... just, enjoying the ride, the high ride.
I kind of just like, okay, and just just turn away. I'm like, nah, you don't want to see that.
Having too much fun with us. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And again, the day is yours. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna go head back onto the park.
Back where you guys originally were, or?
Yeah, I'm going there.
Oh!
Give him a sus look, park, as in quotation mark park or park.
Where I kicked the dude in the balls.
No.
That park.
Why do you want to go back to that park?
Because it was always my favorite spot.
But
aren't you worried we're gonna get jumped again?
Exactly.
I'm not concerned since, if they tried to jump me, I can probably just fry them to a crisp.
I mean, you
did. And you could too.
All right, so Mikkel, are you going to the park?
Yeah, I kind of just get my headphones in my bag, and I'm like, I'm going to the park. You guys are welcome to come along, but I'm on my way.
Drama. Okay, so Adrian's gone to the park. Carmen and Lauren, what do you two do?
I look at Carmen. So, we're gonna do today. Preferably something together. Since you almost died yesterday.
What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, Marks. I mean, don't we have to get school supplies soon?
Huh? For what?
So okay, so I'll just shopping. You guys can go shopping.
Yes, shopping. Let's go.
Okay. Yes.
Wow, Lily, can you be more excited about shopping, man?
I get excited when I have to go to school shopping. That's how much of a nerd I am, okay?
Well, you can go shopping. Carmen can get clothes or whatever. You can buy nerd shit.
Yay!
But now it's like her excitement is just that excitement just dialed to 11 because of
The
reasons.
high. The
The
energy high. Okay,
The high
so
which Carmen is still like super sus on. It's like I don't trust
okay,
that.
so you two go to the mall. Let's go say the mall, the New Neo Mall. You take a trans system to the big globe.
Jesus.
It's like it basically think of like all right. So New Neo, if you remember like anything that I might have shown, I don't remember if I showed you guys, but New Neo basically the main center of New Neo City has like this gigantic ball. Almost looks like Epcot's world like globe, the big golf ball. It looks like
This is
that.
actually Lily, not Lauren. I'm just making this gasp. This
Yeah.
is Lily gasping, not Lauren.
Lily gasp. Oh man, if it was a Lauren gasp and multiply that by 10, being like that. But basically, it looks like that, but like 10 times bigger. And inside each, there's 3 feet at the base that holds this thing up. Is basically like a little chute system that shoots people up and down to get inside. And inside that globe is essentially the New Neo Mall, and it is huge.
I don't really trust that globe. I feel like I could fall and roll like a little hamster.
It's stable. It's
yeah, it looks like a
fine.
hamster ball just waiting
It's
to happen.
fine. But I mean, hey, look, that thing's been standing for about 50 somewhat years.
Even more so why I don't trust it. It's degraded and it's old.
Do you?
It's old.
It's old like my soul. It's old.
I didn't hear that.
It's old. Mike Wazowski old. Okay, so
Throat hurts.
you guys go up the mall chute. You go into the shopping mall. Adrian, you're at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you just chilling. You're vibing. You're enjoying your day off, and all of a sudden you feel something grab your headphones, lift them off your head, and you turn to look at them, and you see the face of the person grabbing your headphones just go to pure shock. As you recognize, and he recognizes you as that's the person that you just absolutely destroyed their nutsack with. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He puts them back, and he kind of like readjusts them, and he just steps away. He's like, "Please don't hurt me again."
Just get out of here, man. I don't want to make it a habit again.
And he just runs away. He just scampers. Well, yeah, you just destroy a man's sack. Anyone's voice can go high.
That's true.
As he walks away, he said, "You should probably get that checked."
Okay.
That's the first thing he ran away.
Alright, that's basically all that is for you, Adrian. No one else no one else bothers you. Everyone else kind of realizes who you actually are, realizes who you're affiliated with. They just kind of like shy away from you. No one really bothers you.
That's sad.
Maybe one person will like
That's
one
exactly how I like it.
one might accidentally like bump into you, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like legitimately like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," like for bumping into you. But that's really it. No one else gets punched. No one else gets shocked. No one else gets wet. You just have a genuine.
I hope not.
Yeah, you have a legitimately good, pleasant time at the park.
Nice.
And you do happen to notice out of the corner of your eye on the right side, you remember the graffiti of the Sandillions like tag that was on one of like the marble slabs. That is now gone.
Ooh.
That's no longer there. It's scrubbed out. It's faint, but it's like not prominent. So that kind of symbolizes that they're no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
And that person that you basically beamed in the nuts is their last remaining person there that's just giving up on false hope. And you basically shoot him away and essentially technically you got rid of that gang at that park by default by one. So that park now is free from a gang member. You did it. Good job.
Yay! You get a
Yeah.
cookie.
I kind of just smile. I kind of just smile, just taking a nice breath of fresh air, and eye the boba place.
Oh, the boba, the boba. Oh, you look at the boba. You're smiling. You're enjoying life, and then you kind of have that moment of MILF and
No.
Fred,
No.
and you realize that it's been about 3 months since you've last seen them, and you check your phone, no contact, nothing, and you don't recall anything really happening to them. So you just kind of sit there, you just kind of have that thought, you're thinking about getting boba, when suddenly Mikkel, and only Mikkel, you get this message on your phone. And it doesn't say much. It's basically 3 lines of text and a picture, and it says, "We have your friend. Don't think about looking for her. You come find her, she's dead." And the picture is MILF tied up to a concrete I-beam in the dark. And that's all that you see.
I ball my fist up and start sparking.
Crying.
Ooh.
I'm legit crying. I don't know why I'm crying. Leave me alone.
Emotions, yes. Delicious.
Ew! Don't. Okay. Be gone.
Okay. Sorry, that was me burping up your emotions. They're delicious. So you ball up your fist and you start sparking. Your phone kind of like glitches a little bit at that, but it doesn't really get damaged. I think you found a way to like modify it enough. You're tech savvy enough to modify it to the point where your electricity doesn't bother it like at all.
Oh no, like I'm legit like lightning is shooting out of me sparking. Like I am really mad now.
Oh lordy, coming. Okay, so yeah, no.
Man, he heard his friend.
He mad. Oh yeah, no. So I don't know if you wanted to like do an insight check on the photo itself to see if you notice anything in this like distinguishable. I can let you do that. But besides that, roll, baby.
I will incite the shit out of this.
Insight check.
Actually, I'm gonna do it with Adrian's dice.
Lordy, coming.
Oh yeah, I have Warren dice.
I'm not using Carmen dice.
So poetic. Natural 20.
Oh lord.
So
I'll
poetic.
stab you when I see you.
So you look at the photo, and the darkroom itself, it's very dimly lit. And it appears to be only one thing in the room, which is that I-beam. The I-beam itself looks like it's very large, very heavy, like basically weighing several tons. MILF herself, she looks very roughed up, like she has like she's basically eyeing the camera, like scowl, like almost how someone would scowl. Her mouth gagged, her arms and feet tied to the I-beam. She's kneeling. She looks very bloody, beaten up, bruised, but ready to kill somebody. But besides that, even with rolling a nat 20, you cannot distinguish where this place is due to the room being just a solid black room.
I call Carmen.
Oh lord.
I love how he doesn't even
ASAP.
try to call Lauren. He's like, she's been too weird. I'm not gonna call her. I'm gonna call Carmen.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and call.
Yeah, I call her.
Alrighty.
So I'm assuming me and Lauren are at the mall still. So
Yes, you
I
guys.
feel my phone vibrate and I pick it up and it's like, yeah, what's up?
We need to meet now. Where are you?
Me and Lauren are at the mall. What just happened? What's going on?
I hang up.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
And I
what was
start
that?
making my way to the mall. And
Okay.
I am still sparking. I am still sparking with every single step.
This mall's gonna be a death trap. My fear's gonna come true.
Yep.
Okay, so you go. So you meet. So Adrian, you're at the base of the mall. Lauren and Carmen, you kind of like look out. You're about to leave. Lauren has all of her nerd stuff. Carmen has a bunch of different things. And you just basically see like little like flashes, and you kind of distinguish that's Adrian.
Maybe we should leave the mall with people, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so you guys leave. You meet him outside. He's still sparking. So you're both out there, and go nuts.
What's up? So I feel like at this point my high is over, and I just revert back to myself.
Yeah, you're kind of like iffy now at this point.
Okay. You okay?
I put up my phone. I put up the picture of my phone and I show it to him.
Is that MILF?
Yeah.
Lauren,
So,
roll wisdom check with roll 4 dice.
Jesus, 4 dice. Okay.
4, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. The highest or the lowest?
The lowest.
12.
Okay, that's not bad. That could have gone worse.
That could have gone.
So you basically have this shock moment, seeing MILF bloodied, beaten, and bruised. And you just kind of hear like the voices in the back of your head just going, kill. And you kind of like shake it off, and you start crying. You start like not bawling blubbery tears like when you saw Carmen, but you just tears just start running down your face, and you don't even feel like crying, but you're still crying.
Failed.
What?
That's what she said. I failed. When we were kids, we made a pact we'd protect each other. And I've been playing hero, and she's been MIA. And she's been tied up. I failed.
To be in all honesty, we all failed.
But you guys didn't know her as long as I did.
I don't say anything. I just start really, really sparking, like really dangerously sparking. The more and more they talk, the angrier I get.
Ooh. So, as Lauren and Carmen are talking, and you're starting sparking more. Ooh, with the bad timing on this part. The hollow ringer starts ringing. And Joseph's calling. All three of you, because all three of you have him. So it starts ringing at the same time.
Lauren will pick it up. Since she trusts Joseph.
Okay, so Lauren picks it up, and Joseph kind of pops up and goes, "Hey, how's it going?" Sees kind of like looking around, seeing you in tears. Carmen kind of like rubbing her fingers. Adrian sparking, going, "Bad time?"
Yeah, just a bit. What? What do you want?
Oh, just calling to let you guys know that the data backup from that experiment that Adrian found is all set, and we're ready to have you three back if you want. I understand that you guys are like still kind of trying to recuperate from the other day, so there's no rush whatsoever. It's not gonna like disappear on you guys or anything.
Recuperating is out of the question.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll see you guys in a bit. And he just hangs up. So, are you guys going to the agency then?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna stop sparking. Like I have tattoos that are beginning to glow this purplish color, and my eyes start glowing purple as well. And the lightning that I'm discharging is purple.
Okay. All right. So we'll
Despite
fight.
her better judgment, I feel like Lauren would try to set her hand on him.
You
Just a
try,
second.
but you kind of feel like the static shock, like that very strong, intense, like "Pah!" like shock, and you kind of recoil. It didn't hurt. It's just like it startled you. So with that, you guys fast travel. You're in the agency. You're both there. Everyone's there. Will's there. Pirate Knight's there. All the other heroes that you may not have had missions with. Everyone's there. And Jordan's not. And Joseph explains in a second. He says, thank you all for coming. I know I kind of called you guys last minute, but I really appreciate everyone taking the time to come and we could debate, talk to us about. My grandson's not here at the moment. He had to go run and do errands for me real quick. Babysit Shocker for like 10 minutes, letting him know what's going on, relaying the info to him first. He'll be right back. So, he starts explaining what it is, and the head almost starts talking, but every word it says starts like sounding more and more glitched due to Adrian's lightning.
Adrian.
What?
Can you calm down just a little bit, please?
Oh, I can't calm down. I'm perfectly calm.
Well then,
I'm perfectly calm.
I think we need to leave. Carmen, you stay here. I'll take Adrian outside. You can relay what happens to us now.
You go to touch Adrian, and he shocks you, and this time it kind of like hurt a little bit. The voices kind of like start picking up again. It's more gibberish, but you kind of like start shaking. It's almost like the very first stages of having a panic attack, because now all the other people are starting to like talk, trying to like figure out what's going on. And Joseph's trying to calm everyone down at this point. But to you, Lauren, all you can hear is like the in your head.
Shut up, please. Stop. Basically is what she'd say.
Okay, so Adrian kind of like is still sparking. He's death staring the head. Carmen is looking at you, Lauren, and everyone's kind of like mumbling what's going on, and Joseph's saying, please, everyone calm down. Carmen, what do you do?
I want to yell, everyone shut the hell up.
Okay. Before that, Adrian, what do you do?
Is everyone just congregated into this one big room?
Everyone's congregated in this one big room. It's almost like an assembly thingy. Everyone's kind of like muttering some stuff. So you kind of hear occasionally, "What the hell's going on with that guy? Why is he sparking so much? I just want to know what's going on. I missed my show for this. I had a date planned." And you just kind of see the head just kind of like slowly pivoting, just kind of looking at everyone. And Joseph's kind of like, he's trying to maintain control, but it looks obvious that he can't.
Yeah, I just barge in. I just straight up kick the door down.
Oh, no, you're already in the room.
Oh, I'm already in the room?
Yeah, the three of you are already in the room.
Just kick the table.
You can, I mean, he can if he wants. He can kick the table. He can kick the head if he wants.
Oh, I pick up the table and just chuck it.
Okay, so you throw the head. You kind of hear the head goes flying, hits the ground, and it just explodes. Everyone's just sitting there in awe. You're standing there, you're angered. And then Joseph basically goes, everyone please. Carmen says, shut the hell up. Will puts his hand on your shoulder, Lauren. Roll for an attack.
Oh, damn. I was going to do something, but I guess that's... Oh, shit. How do I roll?
Roll a d20.
Oh, my God. Should I switch to or not. Just ignore what I said. Damn it. I got a 2.
You got a 2? Well, good thing I rolled 2. I got a better roll. So as soon as Will puts his hand on your shoulder and Carmen shouts, shut the hell up, you basically scream, enough. Your hand, just these, like out of nothing again, These rock formations form on your hand, and at tips of your fingers are like bone, like a spine, and at the very tip of it is like this pointed blade, and you whip that thing right at will. And your eyes are closed. You just want all this to go away. And all of a sudden, you just hear silence. You hear nothing. And you slowly open your eyes. You see a small scratch on Will, but the rest of it, that chain that you made, which you made subconsciously, is through Will. And you look through Will, piercing the center of his chest, Joseph. And Joseph's just staring at you. His eyes are wide. Blood starts coming out of his mouth. And he drops to his knees. Everyone gasps and starts scattering.
Oh, shit.
Lily, you feel in your head. And your vision goes black. To Carmen and Mikkel's point of view, as soon as that happened, black smoke just envelops Lauren. Swirling around her, almost like this tornado of pure malice and hate. And then as time passes, Lauren, you basically see what you would normally see, but you can't move your body. You can't react, so you're basically like on autopilot. And all of a sudden you hear, what the hell is going on? The three of you turn, well, the three of you I say loosely, as Lauren is on autopilot like right now. Jordan's standing there. He sees his grandfather skewered. Sees the bone chain going to Lauren. Drops his items that he had for his grandfather and goes, what did you do? So, Lauren, you are completely overcome, but you hear speaking through your voice, but it's a mixture of your voice and your mother's voice. So if you were to talk through as Lauren, it would be your mother's voice. It'd be like your mother talking. Oh, you hate this. I love it.
I simply say, come on, man, you honestly think this was her? You know damn well what's happening to her.
He basically just looks at you dead in the eyes, like, stay out of this.
You don't get it, man.
It
Anything
wasn't her fault.
anything that has to do with her, it deals with us too as well. You know, you should know that by now.
He runs over to his grandfather and checks him out. He goes, Gigi, are you all right? And he goes, come on. He takes the bone thing and just rips it out of his chest and throws it over. He puts his hand over his chest and casts basically healing hands, which closes the wound, but just a little bit, not enough. And he kind of waves over to Will and Luca. Luca kind of rushes over. He kind of gives Lauren a side eye.
You know what happened, okay?
Yeah, he knows what happens. He kind of gives you a side eye. And he promised though. He promised you he wouldn't say anything. So he can't say anything.
Damn it.
So he's trying to help Joseph along with Will, and Jordan stands up. You basically feel the ground rumble. Because he's angry and he's upset. And you hear Will basically go, he's and then Jordan just turns his head, looking at Lauren dead in the eyes. His eyes changed. They're glowing golden and purple along with the blue. It looks like a lava lamp. And he goes, we settle this now. Roll initiative.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
And I'm going to... You got a nine. All right, hang on, wait. I gotta set up my music. Hang on, wait. Hang on. This could be epic battle music. Hang on, wait a minute. God, stop. Nope. Hang on. God, I'm not even rolling yet. Hold on.
Shit just got
Hurry
real.
up, Matt. Jesus.
All right, I'm ready. Okay.
Shit got real
Okay.
real
Okay,
quick.
there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, there's the
Man,
music.
There's so much I want to say, but because it's her mom, I can't say it. Damn it. Matt.
Oh.
Alrighty, folks, ladies and gents. God damn it, get out of here, me, Jordan, go away. Okay. So, who got 25 to 20?
24.
Adrian got 24. Twitch ran away, so I know Joseph or Jordan got a 19. You ran away.
I didn't want to be with this madness anymore, rightfully so.
Okay, who got what? So, Lauren, what did you get?
I got 19.
You got a 19 as well. That's fitting, actually.
Of course.
I actually rolled a 19 as well.
Big brain today.
Twitch, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Twitch,
I'm not doing good today. I don't know why.
And stepping in to fight with you guys.
Please tell me it's Pyronite.
Pyronite.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, damn!
It's Pyronite. She steps in and basically goes, I've known Joseph for or Jordan for a long time. As upset as I am as he is, he still needs to be stopped. He cannot lose control. So she has a 16.
What happens if he loses control?
Well, and you kind of see like these black and gold tendrils kind of like swirling around him. He goes, let's just say it ain't pretty. So
He's a Super Saiyan.
That's
he's
fair. Okay,
he's
that's
okay.
fair.
So
Enough talk.
let's
put
fight.
this.
Okay.
We have a more important issue at hand here than just some petty fight.
Adrian.
Let's get
Petty
this over
fight,
with.
my dear boy. This is no petty fight.
This is a boss battle. Adrian,
No.
go.
I am like max voltage firing a blast at him.
Jesus.
Just straight up max voltage.
All right.
Let's see. Hold on.
I have my music up, by the way. If you want to listen, it's good. It's dramatic.
It's
Very
dramatic.
dramatic.
Wait, what? Oh.
Oh, this I love this theme. This theme slaps.
It
I've
does.
played this game so long. Let's see. Matt, did we ever make anything about like a really strong blast for Adrian, or it's just a regular attack?
Just your regular attacks.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll. That is a 19.
Misses.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
you
I didn't
basically.
add anything. That was just a 19 on the die.
Oh.
So I'm going off of the stuff that you sent me.
Okay.
What is it? So +7. Okay. So math. 26, I think.
26 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So what should I roll for, like a max powered lightning strike?
Did we give you lightning spells? I forgot.
I don't think he gave me any lightning spells.
Oh, that's right, because you're a pure fighter. Just do like fireball equivalent of lightning damage.
Okay. What level fireball?
Whatever max you want to do. Whatever max you can do.
Okay, let's see. The spell, then I can do fireball, I think, at 6th level, so that would be 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, d6.
This music slaps, man. Also, my dice
does.
are
Really does.
Pokemon
My
Sun and
dice are-
Moon, very good.
Hell yeah. So what did you get, Adrian?
I have to roll it. This is a lot of d6s.
Oh lord.
This is a lot of dice. Okay. And it's a fat roll too. I'm really happy. Okay, so math. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 40, 45, 49, 52, 55 points of lightning damage.
Jesus.
All right, he's still standing. He's smoking though. He's just looking at you.
He's smoking hot.
Yeah, he's just standing there like he's angry. He's very angry.
I would be too if my grandfather got killed.
So like Joseph is dead?
According to everyone else, he is dead.
Damn. Lily, what did you do?
I know.
He pissed someone off.
I did pick off purpose, I swear.
So now that's the end of your turn, right, Mikkel?
And then I will move as far away back as possible.
Okay. Lily, targeting you. I'm going to do... Spend 4 key points to use Sunlight Yellow Overdrive on you.
Oh Jesus! What the? All of that made
Sunlight Yellow Overdrive.
no...
Hell yeah.
Those are just words.
That sounds like the pinnacle of a planet obliterating anime attack.
It really does.
Let's see. I gotta find my dice here.
My dice are cursed again. I keep getting 3s, so I'm not using my Lauren dice anymore.
Christ. So
I'm
that's
not,
gonna
I'm not using
be...
my Carmen dice either. 'Cause I was test rolling and I kept getting 1, and then it gave me 6 3 times in a row. So I'm not using those.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunlight... I gotta do math too. So Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It's gonna be... Not that. 8d8. So... Hang on, wait, I gotta roll an unarmed strike to attack you. Hang on. Alrighty. Lily, does a 29 hit you?
You know, yes, it does.
Alrighty, Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. That's gonna be 32 points of normal damage. Plus another 32 points of radiant damage.
Holy crap.
I'm dead.
Oh, you're down?
I'm down. I only have 50 points.
Oh,
Like,
rip.
I'm already dead, essentially.
Okay, so yeah, no, you're down. I'll just say you're unconscious. You basically got this glowing yellow punch as hot as the sun just essentially hits you right in the solar plex. Your eyes basically fade of any light as you go flying back, and you fall, and you just fall. You're out cold.
Do my hands go back to normal at least?
No, actually, as soon as you land, black tendrils come out of your body and rise you back up, and you're staring at Jordan now, dead in the eyes. You have what were your tears, black ink coming out of your face.
Oh my god.
And your eyes are no longer the color of your original eyes, they're purple. And you just give him a smile so evil and go, "Come on now, honey, you have to try harder than that."
Hi, Mom.
And your health,
Mom.
your health points are healed. You're back to full health.
I'm back to full health.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a whirlwind. Okay.
And as a bonus action, because after Jordan seeing this, he was like, he's going to use, I am going to use, what am I going to use? He's going to use his powers of life manipulation, touch the floor, and these vines are just going to come out of the ground and essentially grapple Lauren, or what was Lauren.
Not Lauren no more.
Not Lauren no more.
Mhm.
Roll a strength check,
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Lauren.
Yeah, allow me to reintroduce myself, my darlings. I am no longer Lauren.
Lauren, or what was Lauren? Roll a strength check.
Okay. Roll.
Not Lauren.
Not Lauren.
Not Lauren. 15.
15. Okay, you pass. So basically, these vines wrap around you, and you essentially, with your magic, just separate them, and you just sent them flying.
Just say evil Lauren from now on, too.
Yeah, anti-Lauren.
And
Dark
to
Lauren.
ha! I like
Okay, Dark Lauren, it's your turn.
Okay. I want to do a shrapnel blast.
Shrapnel blast. Okay. And I gave that to Pyronite as well. I have to look at what that does. All right, you had to. All right, so roll for attack. That misses.
Damn.
But I will say that would do about 10 points of damage. Since you didn't miss him directly, some of them kind of hit him, but he's just staring at you. Blood's dripping from his face.
Do better than that.
Come on,
You're
Mom.
just evil.
Okay, so that the end of your turn?
Yes. No. Yeah. Wait. That was a fourth level. It was a cast. So yeah, it's the end of my turn. It's not okay.
Okay, so Pyronite is going to... Where the hell are my spells? Wait a minute. I literally had to make this like last minute. She's going to cast... Okay, she's going to cast at 5th level Wall of Stone to basically seal off her and Jordan from the rest of you guys. And she's going to basically try to talk to him. Trying to snap him out of it.
Hell no.
And she basically goes, Jordan, you have to listen to me. You're not acting rational. And he basically goes, Jen, you need to move. This isn't about you. And essentially, as soon as he said that, she lowers the wall of rock, and she's going to fire at 7th level Prismatic Spray.
Ooh.
For 31 points of damage. Alrighty, Twitch,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay. So Carmen, after seeing Lauren, even though she's okay, Carmen is pissed. Like, legitimately mad. She is, like, fuming that he did this to her. So, I want to use... I don't play Wizards very often. I don't know what I'm doing, so... I want to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do I just roll a d20? Like I said, I don't know the...
Hang on, I have Scorching Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it for attack.
Okay. So, please be good. 18. Yes.
Is that plus your
Plus the modifier.
Yeah, add your modifier to that.
So 18.
Just
20,
8.
22.
That hits.
Yes.
All right, roll for an attack.
A 19 did not hit, so it has to be over 20.
No, that was with plus her modifier, so that was 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I think it was a 7 to hit. Yeah, 8 to hit.
Wait. Like 8 for your damage?
The damage was 5 and the to hit was 8.
Oh, I thought you said you got like 20 something.
Hang on, I'm confused.
I don't know, I'll say you got 20 something and you got 8 points of damage.
Yeah, I got 22 to for the attack, right? You said that hit?
Yeah, 22 to attack,
Okay.
so you did like 8 points of damage then.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as you hit him, he's standing there. He looks very beat up. Essentially, now, he's gonna start glowing. Like, he's channeling his breathing. He is, yeah, so he's just calming down his mind. He's purifying his body. And he ends up healing himself.
Oh no.
I gotta find that though. I thought I
should
had
have voted for freaking Will.
So he's gonna heal himself for math. 37 actually. 37 points of healing. He's still pretty beat up. And then he just kind of exhales. He goes, and then he just kind of walks away. And he looks back and goes, "This is stupid. Fighting's not gonna get my grandfather back." And he looks right at Lauren, or Dark Lauren, and goes, "You're not the person I thought you were anymore, aren't you?" And then he basically snaps his fingers, and this time you can't evade it this time, Lauren. The vines pop up again and grab you and like wrap around your body, and like it's so tight you can't even move your arms. And he basically walks up to you and goes, "Just who the hell are you?"
You think just a little thing like you can make me tell you my secret, my identity?
He basically holds up his hand like he's about, like in you don't know Dragon Ball, but like, you know how Goku was about to blast
I know
Supreme,
Dragon Ball,
like how Goku was gonna blast the Supreme Kai.
Yes.
He holds his hand up, pointing it point blank at you, and his hand starts glowing. He goes, "Try me."
Can I do something as a reaction to that?
You can.
Yeah, can either of us do anything?
Yeah, you can.
I will switch. So I will switch my power. So you see Adrian's tattoos, and his eyes go from purple to this like very vibrant teal color. And, well, not necessarily teal, but like a nice blue, like an oceanic blue. And he will generate 2 spheres of water.
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to encompass both of them in a sphere of water.
Okay.
I think water's gonna stop me. I'm sorry, hold on.
So basically, you encapsulate both Jordan and Dark Lauren in these 2 watery spheres. Jordan, with his forced hormone breathing, he can manage to survive a little bit better than a normal person would. So he's just standing there. He's just staring at you. You can see the bubbles kind of like leaving his mouth, just little bits. Pyronite kind of like steps forward, but kind of stops, realizing that Adrian does have a motive to his madness. Because she kind of sees now too that Lauren's not acting like Lauren now. So she was gonna go to like help Jordan out this time, but kind of stops, because maybe this would be a win-win for everyone. Carmen, what do you do?
Stand in between them was like to make sure he doesn't hurt her, even though she's dark. It's like I still don't want him to hurt her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you go to run to kind of put yourself between the two of them, but as soon as you're going to do that, Adrian puts the two watery spheres and surrounds Jordan and Lauren with them. So Jordan's just standing there in the water. He's just kind of like death staring dark Lauren, like through Lauren into the dark presence. Since he, with his traits, he has, where is it? Tongue of the Sun and Moon, so he can actually understand inside.
So he can see Lauren's trapped.
Yeah, that's why he's so. Essentially, he's just bluffing. He's trying to see if he can't get that dark presence out. But you two don't know that. So he's now that the water's been surrounding the two of them. Jordan has to kind of focus himself on the breathing, so he kind of lowers his hand to kind of focus on his breathing.
Y'all have to hold your breaths.
He's just smirking at this point. The mom, Dark Lauren's literally just smirking.
Okay, so I'm going to use at this point. See if I can't do something right here. Because I wanted to end initiative then, but now since you're doing this,
You foiled his plans, my kill.
yeah, okay. I'm gonna aim at not at Adrian, but like kind of near Adrian. The turquoise blue overdrive. So that's gonna be 8. No. Oh, yeah, 8. 8 of those. So, oh yeah, I gotta roll to attack you, man. I don't know. This homebrew stuff kind of sucks. Does a... Hang on, I gotta do an unarmed strike. Wait, I did that wrong. Crap. Does a 29 hit you?
Yeah.
Alrighty, my friend. You get hit back with a force of 27 wet dice.
27 dice?
Or 27 points. 27 points. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
So, and you move...
I'm dead.
You dead, boy. No, so you get hit with the 27 points of wet. And you get pushed back 10 feet.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Which is enough to kind of like lower the bubble enough. So like our heads are out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still in the water. So Jordan's now breathing. He's still death staring this dark presence in him. And he goes, wherever you are, you need to leave that body now.
What makes you think you can tell me what to do?
I
I can do whatever I want with this body.
It's not yours, though, is it?
Actually, I birthed it.
As soon as you say that, I feel like Adrian and Carmen would kind of react to that, being like, "What?"
You feel the spheres get a little lower as I start to think about it, because my concentration is on something else.
Ooh. So yeah, so it kind of lowers enough, so now it's like at shoulder level, which is still enough for people to move. And actually, at this point, the vines kind of drop because I had to focus on the breathing as well. So Lauren, you do have motion to move now.
Yeah, what do I want to do?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I just kind of gave away my identity.
Smoke bomb. Well, at this point, as soon as the water kind of like like recesses, Pyronite is actually gonna step in real quick.
Okay.
She's gonna do a thing. She's gonna do a thing. Hang on, where's that thing?
Purify Lauren with holy water. Be gone, demon.
Be gone. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, so nah, I was gonna do something else. What are you gonna do?
Where's Shocker?
He's gone.
Well, that's what she asked.
Oh,
Where's Shocker?
he,
He doesn't
Jordan.
know where Shocker.
Jordan looks at you, goes, not here.
Where?
Look, lady, I don't know who the hell you are, and I'm not gonna tell you shit.
I just told you who I was. I birthed the body I'm in.
I don't give a shit if you did that or what. I'm not telling you anything. And Pyronite kind of like, at this point, grabs you, Lauren. What do you do?
My body. Hold on. So, are my arms free?
They're free enough, so like you can like move your forearms. She's like bear hugging you like behind the back. Very improper way to grab someone, by the way.
She throws a black roses at her.
Okay. So roll the hit then.
20.
20. Okay, yeah. So roll your damage.
17.
Holy shit. Okay. I'll give you permission again to do a bonus action if you'd like to attack.
Ooh, I want to do. A shadow scythe.
On her?
Mm-hmm.
Roll the hit.
No, on Jordan.
On Jordan?
Yeet.
Okay, yeah, roll a hit.
Yeah, a 6. It fails.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll say this. As you're swinging this shadowy scythe at Jordan, Pyronite instinctively lowers her guard completely, jumps in front of him, and Carmen and Adrian, you see this shadowy blade that she just basically pulled out of nothing swing through Pyronite. And all of a sudden, you just see your head just roll to one side, fall to the ground as she just collapses.
Oh, darn. I killed one of the best heroes at all.
Wait, did she just decapitate her?
She just decapitated the pro hero.
Some hero you
Holy
turned out to
crap, dude.
What did you just do?
I'm gonna tell you one more time. Get out of that body.
be. You're lucky I'm getting bored.
So what do you gotta do? Just vanish?
Yep, she's gonna leave for now.
Okay, so she just poofs. She just teleports away. As Jordan was actually about to grab her, he stands there. He looks around, sees the very dead Pyronite.
Oh man, I killed Pyronite.
You killed Pyronite. He looks at Joseph, who they're still trying to work on actually. And then Jordan just kind of lets out a really loud yell, punches the wall, and like leaves a sizable dent within like the very like sturdy steel walls. And you, Carmen and Adrian, you see kind of blood just kind of starting to drip from his fist. And he goes, I should have never let this have happened. And he kind of like lets go and he goes, he just sighs. He looks at you guys. He's calmer now. He goes,
wow, just sighs after just watching that. Okay.
and he just kind of looks at you guys and he goes, I should never have put you two in harm's way, let alone me causing you the problem. I'm sorry. You know,
We're in part to blame.
That's no way for a mentor to treat his students.
We're in part to blame. Don't put it all on yourself.
Twitch?
Like, Carmen is just like, can't say anything, just staring at Lauren, looking back at the body, is like, what the fuck just happened? Like, she's like, just crazy right now. She's not doing so good. She's in complete silence.
Alright, valid. So, as we're all trying to recuperate, Will goes, wait, what? Huh? There's a pulse.
Thank the Lord. Lord didn't kill him.
So, Jordan...
One less person off your conscience.
So, Jordan goes over...
I was about to make that her... Okay, you don't know what I was... Never mind, just continue.
So, Jordan goes over, does like a quick med check, and there is a pulse. A very faint pulse, but there is a pulse. It's almost like he's in a coma at this point. His body's basically trying to survive. If she was just a little bit more to the left, then he would have been dead. He would have been straight up dead. Or if Jordan didn't heal him in time, like if he was just a couple of seconds later, he would have been gone. But yeah, so Jordan kind of breathes out a small sigh. Oh, not small. He breathes out a sigh of relief that he is hanging on. And then at this point, Jordan goes, "That wrench. Why did she mention Shocker?"
Looks like a lot of people have some explaining to do.
Yeah, I agree. He kind of like puts his hood up, and he goes, "You two coming? We gotta pay someone an old visit."
And I say, before you go,
Mhm.
that's not our only problem. And I forcibly put the phone to his push it on his chest with the picture.
He looks at it, and he kind of like studies it, and he goes, "Oh wait, I recognize her. That's one of your other friends." He was looking at the picture. He is studying it. He goes, "Let me guess. You want to try to find out where she is?"
Yeah, no shit.
He kind of shakes his head and goes, "Can't help you. I don't know where this place is. There's no windows or defining features."
I start sparking even more.
He shrugs and he goes, "I can't help what I can't see."
That's it? That's all you're gonna say? You can't help, and that's it.
If I had more clue...
If you can't do anything.
He
like,
starts...
Exactly.
He starts getting mad. He starts...
smoking. It's like, what good are you guys anyway?
He starts glowing and goes...
Like, seriously.
He goes, "I am not a hero." He goes, "I'm not the one that you should be yelling at." He goes, "I'm basically in the same boat you guys are, and I don't know shit. I'm just trying to help my grandfather try to restart an organization that was basically lost a millennia ago."
Maybe it should have stayed lost.
So you train heroes. You train heroes, but you are not one.
Essentially, we're basically like a fuck, what's the words? Like survivors. There was only so many heroes left, and then yeah, no one gave a shit about this freaking sector. No one did. And lo and behold, my grandfather thought different and tried to restart this place. I was born with powers, unexplainably, because my parents never had them. My grandfather never had them. I just have them suddenly.
Oh, boo-hoo. I have a literal mother who wants to, take over my body.
And he's just staring at you guys. He's trying to hold back tears at this point, because he's just as frustrated as you guys are. And goes, "So don't yell at me, because I can't see something that would help you guys out. And if I knew something, I would have told you. So drop it."
Poor Jordan.
just continue walking, and I kind of mumble to myself, if you want something done right, you do it yourself.
He looks at you, Carmen.
What?
You gotta go with him or you gotta help me.
Like, she looks down and, like, looks at, Pyronite and is like, I left home to get away from this shit. Why is this happening to me? Like, I didn't want powers. What the hell? And, like, she just breaks down.
Aw.
Jordan kind of just like leans against the wall. He's just trying to think at this point. He kind of like rubs his eyes because he can feel him being misty. He just kind of like thinks. Will's still trying to take care of Joseph, but he is looking on to Carmen crying.
Yeah, you guys have never seen Carmen like this. Like, that's, like, she was that type of person that doesn't really show her emotions very often, so this is all new to everyone.
Right. Jordan's just kind of like leaning against the wall. He's trying to figure out what to do. And Mikkel kind of, Adrian, I would assume he just kind of like looks over and just kind of like looks away.
Yeah.
So with that, with the sounds of Carmen just crying and bawling her eyes out, everyone battered, bruised, beaten, just torn apart. That is where we leave season 1.
God damn, dude.
Dang. What is sad.
God damn.
Yeah, what a way to end it.